Good morning, everyone, again. Thank you for joining this webinar. Uh, as I introduced myself before, my name is Mohammed Al-Jabri, and I'm an HSC and EDC trainer. Today, inshallah, we will have a lovely webinar about defensive driving. And first of all, bear in mind, this session is recorded. And it will be uploaded in YouTube, inshallah, in our channel, NTI Oman. And this is like, as I mentioned, it's only 1 hour webinar in DDC. But inshallah, if you would like to come here in our institute to have like the full course, we'll be happy to get you here. And at the end of this webinar, inshallah, there will be a poll that it will appear in your screen. Just like if you'd like to answer and give us your feedback about this session. Okay, so are you ready to start the webinar? If you are, just type it in the chat and say yes. Let's begin with a lovely, good, positive energy. Perfect. I can see some positive energy over here. Thank you so much for sharing. Perfect. So I'm gonna share my screen right now. This will be the PowerPoint for the session. Welcome again to National Training Institute. Inshallah, today our webinar will be about defensive driving, blacktop. Let's begin in the session 1, which is introduction to the course. This is the course context in front of you. Have a minute to read it before we can continue. Okay, so we're going to start with session 1, which is introduction, the trainer, and the session. I have been already introduced myself, Mohammed Al-Jabri again. Thank you so much for attending this session. And let's start in talking about the accidents on the road. Okay, do you know, for your information, 1.35 million people get killed in road accident every year. Imagine this huge number. If we do some mathematics, we will discover that every 24 seconds, someone dies on the road. So imagine, in our webinar, which is 1 hour, approximately 120 people will get killed in road accidents because of something. Actually, we can prevent that. Okay, it's something in our hand and we can control it. How? We will know, inshallah, during this webinar. Okay, let's see some numbers, RP accident statistics. The number starts in 2009. As you can see, the blue line, the number of accidents was 7,982. The orange line, which is the injuries, it was 3,865. And the white line or the gray line is the fatalities, and it's reached 951. That was all in 2009. Okay, let's jump to 2012. The number of accidents was 8,209. The injury was 4,514. And the fatalities was 1,139. Imagine this huge number of fatalities, which is in 1 year only. How many people they lost their beloved, how many people they lost their friends because of accidents. And actually, at the end, I say it again, it's something in our hand, something actually we have control to do it. Okay. Now let's jump to 2018. As we can see, alhamdulillah, there is a big drop in the numbers. Number of accidents was 2,802, and the number of the injuries was 2,815, and the fatalities reached 637. Okay, it It has been reduced, alhamdulillah, but still it's a big number. Okay, if we took this number 637 divided by the days of year, which is 365, it will it will get I mean like the end will have approximately every day 2 people get killed. And I say it again, it will it's all about in our hand. We have control to do that. Okay. Okay. So let's jump to session 2 right now. The definition and why we need to defensive driving. Okay. Ask yourself, why do we need defensive driving training? Okay. I mean, like, we are here not to teach you how to drive. You already know how to drive. But the question is about the skills, okay, and about the knowledge of driving. Not all the drivers on the road are defensive drivers, okay. The good thing on the defensive driver himself, he will try his best to prevent the accident. Okay, he will never say that it's not my mistake, it's the other people's mistake. No, we don't want to hear that word. Actually, we have a way to prevent the accidents. Okay, so the need of defensive driving. Look at this picture. Okay, this guy is cutting a tree and he is sitting in the side, which is the tree will fall if he finish cutting it. Okay, I know all of you right now will say that this guy, he's crazy. Okay, he will injure himself, he will make himself fall from a tree, and it will be his mistake. Correct? Yes, that's right. The same thing with driving. Okay, sometimes we are doing mistakes and we know that these mistakes would lead us to do an accident or to play a role against the law. But sometimes we're still doing that. Okay, so we can understand 90+% of road accidents are due human error. Okay, I mean, like some people they will say, "Oh, I'm using my mobile phone and I'm driving for like past 10 years, and nothing happened to me." Okay, okay, you was lucky for 10 years, but are you sure that? Can you guarantee for me that tomorrow you don't have an accident? Of course, the answer will be no. So that we need to understand it. All the road accidents are due human error. How to prevent that error? Inshallah, we'll know in this webinar. Okay. First of all, let's have a look in common causes of RTA, which is road traffic accidents. Okay. Improper speed. That's the first thing we will discuss about it. But give attention in this word. Okay. We didn't say high speed, but we said improper speed. Why we have been chosen this word, improper speed? Actually, it's because of what? The high speed can cause an accident, and as well, the low speed can cause accidents. So it's not only about the high speed, even the lowest can cause accidents as well. Okay, I'm gonna give an example. Let's say in the highway, the average speed or the maximum speed is 120. Okay, if someone goes like 140 or 150, that means he have been exceed the speed limit and he can cause an accident. Okay, but imagine if someone who's driving on the highway and his speed is 60 or 40. Okay, so as well that low speed can cause an accident because the other road users will drive with the normal speed, which is 120 or 100. Okay, so that as well can cause an accident. Okay, a dangerous overtaking. Okay, the overtaking itself it's like illegal under some circumstances, but not always. So even if it's like legal at some parts, but still there is a risk and it's dangerous. So when you are overtaking, even if it's like legal, please be aware, look what the cars who are coming from the other side, and as well look behind. Okay, because sometimes when we are overtake, we are just like looking for the cars who are coming from front. Oh, there is no cars, we can overtake. But actually, as well, look at the back. Okay, look at the back because sometimes there's drivers who will come with very high speed trying to overtake you and the car in front of you, and they will just continue with very high speed. Okay, distracting traffic signals. Okay, this is actually one of the common causes of accidents, and usually the accidents in the traffic signals are very like we can say major accidents. Okay, but these days no one doing that because there is cameras everywhere and there's a big fine about it. So we are happy about it. Ignoring stop signs. Okay, a lot of people sometimes ignoring stop signs, which is actually mandatory to stop in each stop sign. Okay, following too closely, that as well can cause an accident. You know, not maintaining safe distance, and we're gonna speak about that inshallah in a few slides. Not using indicators. The other road users, they cannot like read your mind. They cannot know if you want to go right or left unless if you pass this information to them by using the indicators. Okay, using mobile phone while driving. If I start to speak about this point, I will sit here in front of the laptop for the next week, and still I will not cover all the hazards that we can facing while using mobile phone while driving. Okay, so it's like a big distracting for the driver himself. You just like look into the mobile phone for 2 seconds. That means it's like you are driving and you are blind. Okay, imagine that you are closing your eyes and you are driving. The same thing when you look to your mobile phone. Tiredness and fatigue. And inshallah, we're going to speak about that in a couple of slides. Drugs and drunk driving. I mean, we know what's the meaning of drunk driving, and the meaning of drugs is not only the illegal drugs, as well, there is some medicines, okay? Some medicines for flu, for example. Uh, Sometimes the doctor tell you, okay, take this medicine at nighttime before you go to bed. Why? Because some medicines like make you feel drowsy, okay, make you feel like want to sleep. So if you have like a long ride driving or even a short ride driving, do not take these medicines at all. Okay. So after all of that, what is defensive driving? Okay, I will give you 1 minute to write the answer on the chat and I will read it. Then we will see what is the defensive driving definition. Okay, so I would like to see some lovely answers. Please feel free. You have 1 minute to do that. Okay. Okay, we have a lovely answer from Mr. Muhammad Shamim. He said, safe way of driving. Thank you so much. Another answer from Shamim. He said, driving, keep in mind possible hazards and chance of accidents. Thank you so much. As well, we have lovely answers over here. Driving safely, safety for us. Okay, the standard of safe practice. Very good, much appreciated. Okay, still there's 30 seconds. If you would like to have more answers from the others. Okay, Mr. Ahmed says the system with several skills used properly and following a sequence which will prevent potential road accidents. Thank you so much. That's a very good answer. Much appreciated. Okay, so let's do one thing right now. Imagine that we're gonna take all these answers, okay? Imagine, first of all, imagine these answers are like fruits, okay? So we take these fruits, keep it inside the blender, then we're gonna have a cocktail, okay? So that with that lovely juice, we will have the definition of defensive driving, which is we see it over here. As you can see, defensive driving is driving to prevent accidents in spite of the condition around you and the action of others. Okay, you can see there is some words are in red color, which is condition around you and the action of others. That's a very important point, ladies and gentlemen. Action of others. Okay. As I mentioned in the beginning, we don't want to hear that word, which is, oh, it's not my mistake, this accident, it's the other people's mistake. We don't want to hear this word. There is the defensive driver always find a way to prevent an accident, even if it's not his mistake. Okay. So let's jump in session 3, which is the driver attitude and behavior. Okay. So we are human beings, okay? Sometimes like we get under stress, sometimes we get angry, sometimes our mood won't be stable, so that's completely fine, okay? As I mentioned, we are human beings. It's like something normal that to happen to anyone. But how to deal in case if you're involved in this situation and you are driving, okay? This is like the tricky part. How to deal with this situation while you are driving, okay? It's happened to all of us, okay? That's very understandable and super normal. But how to deal with it, okay? Number one, try to find something which is make you like calm, okay? I've been asked this question for so many people, okay? And then like if you get angry or you are like under stress, what are you doing? Okay, I got like different answers. Some of them they said, oh, I like for example drink cold water. Okay, that's good. Some people will say, oh no, for me I prefer to drink a coffee. Okay, that's super fine. Some people will say listening to like quiet music or so that's as well something good. So find a solution which is make you feel calm if you are stressed or if you are like angry from any situation. Okay, try your best. Do not drive while you are angry or under stress. Okay, because your actions and your response it will be like different from the normal situation. Okay, so the best solution is to stop, find something to make you calm, okay? For example, drinking cold water or coffee or listening to music, whatever which is make you feel comfortable, then you can continue your driving. This is the best way how to prevent the abnormal actions in case if you are not emotionally stable, okay? Responsibility. Okay, it's very important point. Why I have been chosen this word responsibility because under responsibility there is more than one factor actually related to responsibility. For example, let's say if the person is responsible, okay, he's like responsible. One, he will concentrate at the road. Two, he will not like have aggressive actions to others. Three, he will be patient. Four, he will be confidence, but not overconfidence because overconfidence as well can lead to some problems. So let's focus on only confidence. So always while you're driving, be a responsible person. Okay, a responsible person. He always concentrate. He's patient and he never like acts in aggressive way to others. And number four, he is confidence. Okay. Okay. Let's discuss right now about the fatigue, tiredness, and fatigue. Do you remember in the beginning when I said 1.35 people in the world get killed because of road traffic accidents. Okay, 25% from them are because of fatigue, okay, tiredness and fatigue. So you're talking about 100,000 people every year get killed because of tiredness and fatigue. Okay, so what do you think is the main causes of fatigue? Let's have a look on the list that we have. Okay, the causes of fatigue, or the common cause of fatigue. First of all, lack of sleep. Okay, imbalanced diet as well can cause tiredness and fatigue. Working in extreme climate, okay, working hours like overtime work as well can lead to tiredness and fatigue. Okay, mismanagement of shifts or job, like for example, let's say um, some people like, hey, we're gonna work in the day shift today, the second day he's gonna work at night shift, and the day afterwards he will work again day shift. So that's actually can lead to tiredness and fatigue. Okay, changing life patterns, for example, like in Ramadan, you know, in Ramadan's the whole lifestyle changed actually. So, and a lot of activities will be at night time. So we have like short time only to sleep at night. So we need to like be aware about these points, and as well medicines that lead to drowsiness, as I mentioned before. So let's see about some symptoms of fatigue. Okay, if you start accumulating tired eyes, poor concentration, slow reaction time, okay, drowsiness, all are these are symptoms that lead to sleep on the wheel. So if you felt that you have these symptoms, the best solution is to stop and have a power nap. Okay, stop in a safe place and have a power nap. Some people will say, "Oh, I'm gonna drink coffee. It will make me like feel okay." Okay. Some people will say, "I'm eating chewing gum. That will make me feel I'm okay. I can continue drive." Some people will say, "I'm like lowering the windows so the air can like a little bit refresh me." Some people will say, "Okay, I'm just like listening to music that will as well make me refresh." Trust me, all of these are fairy tales, okay? And nothing will solve the problem unless if you are stop and have a power nap for 15 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes is more than enough. But as well, bear in mind to stop in a safe place, okay? Do not stop anywhere. Stop in a safe place, switch off the engine, and have a power nap, okay? So let's jump on session 4, which is the vehicle check, okay? Before we drive, we need to check our car. Okay, some people will say, "Oh, like daily check, I cannot do that." And for example, I'm already late at work. I cannot check my car. It will take longer time, and I will lose my time and everything. No worries. Today we're gonna give you the solution. Okay, we're gonna give you a way to check your car within less than 5 minutes, and it will be very easy for you to remember all these steps. Okay, so if you have a pen and paper, write with me this word: powders. Okay, as you can see in the first of each letter, first of first letter of each word, sorry, there is one letter which is in red color. So if you calculate all these letters, we will have the word powders. Okay, each letter will refer to something. For example, P is refers to petrol. Okay, check the gauge. There is petrol in the car, or if your car is diesel, so you can as well check the gauge. O is refers to oil, and we have three kind of oil to check: engine oil, brake fluid, and the power steering oil. Okay. W, which is refers to water. And we have as well a couple of pieces to check in the car, for example, the coolant radiator. okay? And the wiper screen, okay, the windscreen wipers, which is we have like there's a special bottle of water on the side of the engine, okay. As well, check if you the battery that in the car, if it's liquid battery, check the level of the water, okay. As well, have a drinking water inside your car for your journey. D is refers to damage. Okay, have a 360 walk around the vehicle to check all the body if there's any damage. Okay, E, which is electricity. Switch on all the electricity on the car, which is, for example, the lights, the the indicators, the AC, the radio. Okay, check if all these equipments are working fine. Number four, rubber. First thing coming to your mind will be the tires, of course. So we have as well the tires, we have some engine hoses, okay? Check if it's like dry or need to change. And at the end, the safety equipment. Equipments include a lot of things, for example, the seat belt, and the fire extinguisher, first aid kit, okay, and the tire, spare tire, the tools, all of these consider as a safety equipment, okay? So if you're doing this like in daily basis, it won't take more than 5 minutes to check your car, and we will drive within, and you are leave and you are happy as well. So let's discuss right now about how we check a tire. Okay, as you know, there is like a lot of numbers on the tire. Okay, first of all, bear in mind these are not fixed numbers. Okay, it might change from tire to other. Okay, so let's see what are these numbers mean. The first number, which is 195, which is measured in millimeter, that will be the width of the tire. Okay, 55, second number, which is will be the height of the tire and is measured in percentage. Percentage of what? 55% from the width of the tire. Okay, then let's jump to number 16. Number 16 is the size of the rim, okay, and it's measured in inches. So we have three numbers and three different units to measure. First of all, millimeter, then will be the percentage, then we have inches, okay? So let's jump in the fourth number, which is 87, okay? It's mentioned over here is load capacity of the tire. Okay, so actually 87 what? Okay, we know it's something related to weight, but what is 87 exactly? Is it like 87 kilograms? Is it 87 tons? Okay, doesn't make sense. Actually, this is a reference number. Okay, if you go to Google, write tire index, okay, or even on the manual for the manufacturer manual for the any car, you will find this index. Okay, you will see all these numbers and how much is equal in kilogram. So for example, 87, it's equal 545 kilogram. So that means this tire can take weight till 545 kilogram. Okay, B is the speed symbol. Okay, so the V is actually refers to 240 kilometers per hour. So that means this tire can go still 240 kilometer per hour. As well, the same thing, you can find this table on Google and as well in the manufacturing book for any vehicle. Okay, so let's now talk about the manufacturing date for the tire. First of all, bear in mind, there is no expiry date for any tire. There is only manufacturing date, okay? And usually, the manufacturing date coming within 4 digits of number. The first two number will be the number, the week of the year. and the second two number will be the year itself. So in this case, we have like 41 and 09. So that means this tire has been made in week 41 in year 2009. Okay, so as we know, in the year we have 52 weeks. And usually when you are fitting a tire, do not fit a tire which is in stock or in the not have been used for more than 2 years. Even it was like brand new, okay? But it was like on the shelves for 2 years or more than 2 years. My advice to you, do not fit this tire because it will be dry and it won't last for a long time, okay? And as well, when you fit any tire, the like the average age for any tire is like from 2 to 3 years. After that, it's advisable to change the tire. Okay. So let's talk about one of the most important thing of safety equipment, which is the seat belt. Okay. Do you know that wearing seat belt reduces the risk of fatal injury for the people who are sitting in front? It will be up to 50%. Okay. And for the people who are sitting in the back, it's up to 75%. Imagine that. Okay. So a simple move, which is just take your hand like this, pull that the seat belt, attach it, and then it saves your life. The same thing with the child seat belts. Okay. For the child was sitting in front, okay, and the child seat as well, it will save that child life up to 70%, okay. If it's in the rear seat, the percentage will be approximately from 54 to 80% among the young children. So please, ladies and gentlemen, be aware about wearing seat belts for you and for any of your family members or even for the children. Especially for the children is very, very important. Okay, I would like to share a video right now with you, ladies and gentlemen. This video is like I can say a test. Okay, they have been brought a car and they put like 5 Macallans inside the car. These Macallans are similar to human body shape and weight. So they roll over this car with a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, and they didn't put the seat belt for these Macallans. What do you think happened? Prepare yourself to watch this video. In slow motion right now, you can count the people who was like flying from this vehicle. Okay, so imagine this happen for real people in real life if they are not wearing seat belts. This is a video taken from inside, as you can see. For your safety, please always wear your seatbelt. Okay, let's talk right now about the brother of seatbelt, I can say, which is the airbag. Okay, the airbag is a safety device that deploy in case of a collision. okay, just to uh, prevent the driver from crashing on the front part of the car, okay? But think about it. Is the airbag itself enough? Well, actually, you know, for your information, some of the new vehicles right now, which has like some new technologies, if the driver didn't wear a seat belt, the airbag won't work. Why? Because it actually can hurt the driver more. Okay? Think with me. You're driving on speed of 120. Okay? Your body speed is as well 120. Okay? In case of a collision, an accident, the car will stop because of that collision. Okay? Nothing to hold you. You didn't wear your seat belt. Okay? So your body will jump in front with speed of 120. Okay, the airbag pops off. When the airbag pops off, it's usually pops off from like from speed 120 to 350 kilometers per hour. That's the speed of the airbag. Okay, so your speed, your body speed is 120. You have been jumped, and the airbag coming from the opposite side, when speed is approximately, let's say, 300 kilometers per hour. Imagine the impact between your body and the airbag. It will be even harder than just fly over the car. Okay, so it's very, very important to wear the seat belt so the airbag can protect you more. Otherwise, one hand can't clap. So bear in mind that airbags is always working with the seat belt. Okay, so let's discuss right now about ABS. Okay, I think you have been heard about ABS before, and the full form of ABS is anti-lock braking system. And some people, they think that ABS will reduce the braking distance, but actually the answer is not. It won't reduce the braking distance. So what's the benefit of ABS? Let's watch this video and we will learn.
All clear on the road ahead. Everything looks fine, but suddenly a tailback in the bend. The driver brakes hard and tries to steer clear. All clear on the road ahead. Everything looks fine, but suddenly a tailback in the bend. The driver brakes hard and tries to steer clear. But the car doesn't respond. Without ABS, the wheels lock and the vehicle is no longer steerable. All clear on the road ahead. Everything looks fine, but suddenly a tailback in the bend. The driver brakes hard and avoids an accident by steering to the left. With ABS, the vehicle remains steerable even when you brake hard, because ABS prevents the wheels from locking.
So, as you saw, ladies and gentlemen, the ABS can give you the ability to steer even while harsh braking. Okay, so it won't lock the tire. It will just like I can see like the brake pads. It's like will be clapping. Okay, so it will lock and release, for like in very speed. So that will give the ability for you to steer even while harsh braking. Okay, so session 5, let's discuss about the road condition. Okay, so as you know, some roads are having constructions, or some like old roads, there will be like no shoulders on the road, and hilly roads as well, wadis and graded road. Okay, so you can face this hazard. For example, if you're driving on a new road that the first time you have been driving into it. Okay, so my advice to you is, if you are driving on a road that the first time you go through it, No need to go to the maximum speed. So for example, if the speed was 100, you can go like 80, 85, just to be aware and to look how the environment of this road, okay? And if there is like any, like for example, road constructions, or there is like no shoulders to avoid any hazards, you have a time to act before anything happened, okay? The same thing with light condition, okay? Too much light or too little light or high beam from oncoming vehicles and the high beams from the vehicles from behind, all of these can make you sometimes like feeling it's like you are blind. You cannot even see what's happening in front of you, okay? Especially for the cars who are coming from front, if they're using the high beam light, okay? Or even if if they're using like the low beam, but sometimes the adjust of the light is very high as well, the same thing to make you feel that you are blind. So how to avoid that? In case if you are like involved in this situation, try to not to look exactly to the source of the light itself, okay? And of course you know about this right now, so do not apply this to other road users as well, okay? So let's discuss in session 6 about the weather hazards, okay? As we know that sandstorm, strong wind, fog, and rain, flash flood, all of these are weather conditions that can lead or can involve with some hazards on the road, okay? And some of them can lead to accidents as well. So the weather condition hazards are reduced visibility, okay, reduced traction, reduced steering control, increase the braking distance, and flowing bodies and flash flood as well, okay? So what do you think the solution behind this? How we can avoid these hazards? I want right now, I'll give you 1 minute to write the answer, and I want only one reason that can avoid all of this, one general reason to avoid all of these hazards. So you have 1 minute, please. I'm waiting in the chat box to see some lovely answers as well. Again, I want only one reason that can control all these hazards. It will eliminate all these hazards. I'm giving the answer right now. Okay, observation. Very good. Okay, it's a right answer, but still I didn't reach the answer which is I wanted. Okay, think with me. Okay, concentration, observation. Good. Very good. Think with me right now. One reason that can eliminate all these hazards. Eliminate the hazard. Thank you so much, Saud Al-Busaidi. Thank you so much. Don't drive, okay? Don't drive at all. That's the right answer. So first of all, yeah, for example, you saw that the weather is not stable, so you need to judge yourself. Is it safe for me to drive or no? Okay, if you felt it's unsafe, it's better for you to not drive at all. If you felt that it's safe to drive, okay, so you need to have like some extra precaution. As you have been said, like observation, concentration, okay, slow your speed, make sure that your windscreen wipers are working in good condition, make sure all the windows are clear. All of these as well can control the weather condition hazards, okay? So, session 7, internal and external hazards, okay? We have something called driving plan. Why do we need it? A simple answer. For a safe driving, okay? So what is the driving plan and what's based on? It's actually based on 4 questions. What can I see? What cannot I see? What do I know? What don't I know? Okay, so while you're driving, ask yourself these questions. Okay, what I can see, what I cannot see. Okay, you will feel that yourself, you are starting like building an observation criteria. So you will be observe correctly. Your observation skill will develop within time. Okay, and as well remember the word Lada. It's an old Russian-made vehicle called Lada. Okay, I think some of you know about it. Lada refers in 4 words, which is look, assess, decide, and act. Okay, that's like the summary of the driving plan. LADA. Look, assess, decide, and act. So here we have a case study. As you can see, imagine that you are driving, and the situation in front of you happened. You saw a vehicle which is stopped, and there is a vehicle behind it. It's like supporting it, and they have like an issue in the vehicle. So ask yourself, what can you see? You can see 2 vehicles parking on the side of the road. Okay. What cannot you see? You cannot see the people who are coming from the back because there is like a curve on the road. Okay. What do I know? I know that I need to act to prevent if there is any cars coming from the other side. What don't I know? I don't know if there's a car coming from that side. I don't know if there was like another car parked over there. Okay. I don't know if there is a third person in the middle of these 2 cars. He might appear in the road just suddenly. So you need to act. Okay. Here, open your imagination. So try to imagine that the worst case scenario happened in front of you. So the best solution is move to the right, okay? Then reduce your speed, okay? After you pass this car, okay, just sound horn to alert the other cars who's coming the opposite way, okay? So this is the best way how to act in case if you are involved in similar situation as you see in front of you. Okay, we have something as well called scanning techniques. Okay, so while you're driving, always observe the further point that you can see. Okay, as some of them they say, look to the horizon. Okay, look to the point which is the sky. Okay, attached with the land. Okay, look the further point that you can see in front of you. Why is that? Because in this way, you are scanning the whole road in front of you. Okay. So sometimes you didn't see like the hazard itself, but you can see some clue for that hazard. Okay. For example, let's say I'm driving this way. Okay, and I saw a ball jumping in front of me. I saw a ball jumping on the road. So what the first thing came in your mind? Of course, the answer will be is there's maybe kids playing next to the road. You didn't see any kids, okay, but you saw a clue that leads that there is someone next to the road, okay. And you know sometimes the kids they will never give attention to the road. They will come just run and play and take the ball and go back. But we are as adults, we need to have extra precautions while we are driving, especially in residential areas. Okay, so if you saw these kind of hazards from the further point, you need to recognize the hazard. What is that? Okay, start to analyze it. When you reach the middle, you need to understand the defense. How should I act against this hazard? Should I fully stop? Should I reduce my speed? Should I go outside from the road? It depends on the situation. When you reach nearby, act correctly at the right time. Okay, so here let's discuss about stopping distance. Okay, do you know, as the studies shows, the human being brain need 0.3 second to identify any hazards in front of you. So let's have an example. If you're driving and you saw a car in front of you, hash to brake. Okay, your brain needs 0.3 seconds just to identify that that car has been hashed to brake. So afterwards, you will have an reaction time, okay, which is pulling your leg from the accelerator and put it on the brake pedal. That as well will cost you 0.7 seconds. So 0.3 plus 0.7, we will have 1 second. That means I will apply, if the car in front of me has to brake, I will apply brake after 1 second, okay? When I apply the brake, my car won't stop at the same time. I need as well a braking distance. And there's more than one factor that control the braking distance, okay? The weight of my vehicle, the condition of my brake pads, condition of the tires, the condition of the road itself, okay? So it will be different from place to other. So if we do some calculation, okay, within 1 second, I will apply brake, okay? After the event happened in front of me, I will apply the brake after 1 second. Imagine if you are driving in speed of 100, you know, within 1 second, you will cross 28 to 30 meter approximately within 1 second. That means, let's say, for example, if your speeding is 100, okay, and an event happened in front of you, you will apply brake after 28 to 30 meter, okay? So that's a long distance actually. And as well, you need a braking distance. So that's as well a longer distance. So we understand from this, we always need to have a safe distance while we are driving. Okay, it's very important to keep safe distance while we are driving. Let's look at this picture right now. Okay, the average stopping distance in a speed of 50 kilometers per hour. You see there is a dotted line, okay, and that dotted line over here, and this dotted line, okay, this is the event. Okay, for example, a car has to brake in front of you. You will see it from this dotted line. If your speed is 50 kilometers per hour, you will react after 13 meters. Okay, so that the yellow line is the reaction time. So you will react after 13 meters. Then you're gonna apply brake, and your brake distance is 14 meters. So you're gonna apply brake at this point, okay? So 14 meters will be your braking distance. So approximately you will stop after 27 meters, and this is only in 50 kilometers per hour. Let's see, in 70 kilometers per hour, your reaction distance is 19 meters, and your braking distance will be approximately 49 meters. Okay, look at 110. The reaction distance is 31 meters, and the braking distance will be 80 meters. So we are talking about approximately 100 to 110 meter that your car will stop. So that's a long distance. Okay, bear in your mind that always, always keep a safe distance while you are driving. Okay. So as you can see in these pictures, the consequences of not keeping safe distance, it actually leads to a serial of accidents. Okay. So let's discuss right now about 3-second gap. It's very easy technique to maintain your safe distance. Okay, so if you are driving, find any freeze object or any landmark. Okay, and when the car that's in front of you pass that objective or that landmark, you will start to count the seconds. So as you can see in this video,
1001, 1002, 1003.
okay, that car which is took that light as a landmark. Okay, this car over here, as you can see it, took this light as a landmark. When this car passed it, he started to count the seconds: 1001, 1002, 1003. At the third second, he reached the same object or landmark that he had been chosen in the beginning. Look again.
1001, 1002, 1003.
So that's actually the correct safe distance that we always should maintain it. Okay, so it's called 3-second plus rule. So the minimum safe distance is 3 seconds, but there is some conditions that we need to add 1 more second. For example, the lighting, or if there is like too much light, or darkness as well, the same thing. Weather condition, rain, dust or fog, vehicle type, if there's like heavy truck or heavy bus in front of you, you need as well to add 1 more second, just to avoid driving in his blind spot. Okay, so that was the safe distance while driving. Let's discuss right now about the safe distance while stopping, which is the double T rule, tire and tarmac. Okay, you always need to stop in a place that you can see the rear tire and part of the tarmac. Okay, that's approximately, it's a 1 car gap between you and the car in front of you. Okay, so some people will ask why we should maintain a safe distance while stopping. Okay, while following, yes, we know that maybe there is something will happen, maybe hash braking and so and so, but while stopping, why we should have a safe distance. Imagine if the car coming from behind and crush you from behind, you won't crush the car in front of you. Okay, if the car in front of you break down, you have a chance to avoid it. Okay, if there is any emergency vehicles coming from backside, which is like ambulance, fire tender, you have a chance to avoid and to give them way to go, because they have the right for that. So it's very important to have safe distance even while you are stopping. Okay, as well, we have something, we have one of the techniques called caution of safety. Always while you're driving, draw an imaginary circle around your vehicle and keep all the other road users out from that circle. Okay, let's discuss over here about blind spots. Okay, a blind spot is an area that you cannot see through the mirror. Okay, you need to have a technique called shoulder check, which is you need to look through the rear window. Okay, then from the right side like this, and the left side as well. Look to the rear window as I'm pointing over here on the screen. Okay, like this, you can see any cars who are in your blind spot. Some of the new vehicles right now, there is a sensor on the side mirror that will give you alert if there is any car in your blind spot. That's a very good device. It's very helpful, but don't trust the technology 100%, because sometimes it might fail. So it's good to have as well a real scanning by the shoulder check. Okay, so as right now you know about the blind spot, please don't drive in the blind area of other road users. Okay, so there's an example about the blind spot over here. Can you see the side mirror for this truck in front of you? Of course, the answer is no, you cannot see it. That's mean you are in his blind spot. that means he cannot see you. Okay. Right now, I'm going to show you a video talking about blind spots. It's a very short video, but it has a deep meaning. Please focus and enjoy. As you can see, he pointed the camera to the side mirror and there was nothing over there. There was no one, no cars, no nothing. Right now, look, approximately like 12 to 14 cyclists, okay, was in his blind spot. All of them, they wasn't appear on the side mirror. That's why blind spot is a very important thing that you need to bear in your mind. Okay, so this will be our last topic, which is the loose objects inside the car. Okay, always if you have like anything that you keep it in your car, please secure it enough. Okay, because sometimes like you are like wearing seat belts. Okay, and everything is fine. Maybe like you have been involved in accidents, maybe the car roll over, okay? So you're wearing seat belt, you are completely fine, you are secured, but there the loose object inside the car that might hit you and cause you an injury. The same thing that happened 4 years ago in one of the oil fields here in Oman, okay? The driver got a serious injury in his head because of the car has been rolled over. He was wearing seatbelt, but a heavy toolbox was lying on the rear seat. So while rolled over, that toolbox hit him in his head and caused him a serious injury. Okay. So to avoid that, please always secure your loose objects inside the vehicle. You are only the person who has responsibility to go home to your family is you, the defensive driver. Okay, so congrats for everyone. Inshallah, from on today, all of you will be defensive drivers. Thank you so much to attend this lovely webinar. And as I mentioned in the beginning, this is only a webinar. If you'd like to attend the full course, welcome to NTI. We will deliver for you the full course, plus we'll give you the opportunity to do the practical defensive driving. Okay. As I mentioned in the beginning, this is a recorded session and it will be uploaded on YouTube. Thank you for all the people who are having a lovely comments on the chat. Thank you so much for all of you. And as well, thank you for your voting and see you inshallah in next webinar. Thank you so much. Drive safe and always remember that you are a defensive driving. Hello everyone. Thank you for watching this webinar and I hope you get benefit from it. If you like this video, please hit the button subscribe underneath. And if you would like to stay updated with our future webinars, please don't forget to follow our pages in social media. Thank you so much.